Okay. I still can't see anything, but I presume you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
Hear you.
Yeah. Right, just give you a bit of an insight to where I am. I've been with Banners Broker about 18 months now. I got in right at the very beginning in Banners Broker version 1. I initially started with a green pack at £250, $415, and I just built it from there. Once I got involved, I wanted to know how everything worked and what the company did to make money. So I started to do a bit of research. I used to attend every webinar that was going, every training session that was going, and I soon became very prolific. Right, I've been with Banners Broker from the onset really. I think the company was about 6 months old when I joined, and I was a bit sceptical, obviously. So I just put a little bit of money in. It was about £250, $400, and very soon that money began to grow. When I seen the returns on it, I started telling other people, and you get the usual story that, yeah, sure it does, and we'll see when we believe it. So I just kept doing it, and it kept doubling, and it kept doubling, and before long I had a very big account. I went around everywhere I could finding out more about the company. I was going to all the webinars around the country. I was getting on all the training sessions that the company was doing. And then once Simon realised that I knew the business inside out, he handed me his account to see what I could do with that. Yeah. And we took Simon's account from £15,000, which is, I would think, about 25,000 US. We took that up to £1 million before we went to Portugal in June, and it now stands at 3.5 million.
Jeez.
And how many months, Keith?
That was, I took it to £1 million in about 8 months.
Gosh.
The aim for December was 5 million. We might just fall a little bit short of it, but his goal.
Oh, he went to 5. He told me 3. He thought he'd be to 3
well,
by
yes,
December?
he did say 3, and then when he seen I was getting there a bit quick, he moved the goalpost.
Oh.
I told him that I've still achieved what I wanted to achieve this year.
Yes.
He has said he wants 10 million by next year, and I said that won't be a problem at all. So
no.
we're aiming for 10 million next year.
Yeah, that's a big account.
Yes, my own account now has grown. I'm up to about £500,000 with my own account. I only started with, maximum I put in is about £2,000, $3,000, and I regularly take the 4 payments out on my card every month of $2,500. So that is the bare minimum. I'm take the 4 payments out on my card every month of $2,500. So that is the bare minimum. I'm taking 10,000 out every single month. Sometimes it's more than that, but at a minimum it's $10,000 per month. I use my 4 car loads, definitely.
Yeah. So what was the time scale on your account, Keith, again, sorry?
My account was, I started with a green pack in my own account, and I had the chance to move up through the company. I brought into an account with a lady called Sharon James. She was quite, I think you've met Sharon, Stephen.
I have, yeah, I remember Sharon.
She's very loud, but she's brilliant for recruiting. I brought a joint account with her, and we both put into it about £1,000 each, and that's the one we've grown to £500,000, and that was from January this year.
Wow.
From January this year, we took it from 2,000 to £500,000. And that's the one we take about 20,000 out per month.
Nice.
So you take out 10,000 each with that?
Yes, but that's a limited company account, which Banners Broker allow you to have. Sharon's got her own account, and I've got my own account. And my own account, I take £10,000 per month out of that as well.
So you have a personal and a company, Keith?
I have a business account, yes, a company, limited company. Which is quite legal in Banners Broker.
Oh.
So you can have a personal and you can have a limited company account. And if you can have one limited company account, you can also have a few more limited company accounts.
Ooh. Guess what I'm doing when we get off this hangout.
I've got a joint account with Sharon, which is the limited company. Sharon's got her own account, and then I've got my own account as well.
Sweet. Okay. Well, that just made my day.
You're going to be
Thank
busy
you very
then.
much, sir.
That's how I was able to buy that BMW. I paid cash for that.
Sweet. Yeah, it's a nice
quite
ride.
a fun day up in Cheshire with Simon.
Yeah, I saw
He
you
had his
guys.
Porsche there, £98,000 for his Porsche, and I handed him £24,000 for his BMW, which was nice. So
Tell us about that feeling. What did that feel like to hand over that much cash?
absolutely amazing. Well, it was even more amazing to drive the car home. I don't mind about the cash, but just to do that and just to go from I was working 60 hours a week, and to go from that to buying a 24 grand car is an amazing feeling.
Cash.
And now I don't work. I sit at home, I look after a few accounts, and I help other people to get to the same stage that I've got.
Yeah. So what was your best car before the BM?
I've had many cars because I've been in the motor trade, so I've had many cars, but this ranks among the best. My next aim is to take Simon's Porsche off him. When he upgrades it, I've told him to look after it for me, so I will definitely be having that Porsche off him.
Yeah, I saw him on a Harley. I saw him on a Harley today.
Oh, he's been to the motorbike show today, so.
Yeah, I saw
But
him on one
he's already
today.
got a nice bike that he brought last
He
year.
does. A Ducati or something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He paid $15,000 for that last year, so.
Yeah.
I told him he don't need another bike and stop dreaming.
Living the life. It's all about the lifestyle.
That's right, yeah. And anything's possible with this company, really. It's just a matter of working with it, believing in it, recruit as many people as you can, and then build up your account as big as you can. Just don't be greedy and take money out. Just try and reinvest it for the first year and get your account as big as you possibly can.
And treat it as a business, guys. Don't look at it as like this is a business.
Yeah.
This is something that you can grow so large so quickly. Like Keith just said, I mean, Simon's account being one of them, and Simon is a recruiting machine, but he still has a lot of fun, and Banner's Broker is a lot of fun. It's not like working at all. I mean, this industry is it's too much fun, really.
Absolutely, yes.
Oh, yeah?
when we was in Portugal and we hired that yacht for the day, that was even better. And we was walking around the harbour with him. He seen these yachts. He says, "I'm going to hire one of them out for the day." I said, "Get out of it." He's very serious. He says, "This is what we can do." He says, "We're millionaires. We earn that kind of money. We're hiring a yacht out, and we're taking it out for the day." And that's what we did, and it was absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
and
that's
people
a good
looking at
video
it.
for it.
Yeah, you've seen the video, have you?
Yeah.
Drinking champagne all day. It was out of this world, but BB's allowed us to do that, and long may it continue.
I bet that sun was a bit too hot for your head, though, wasn't it? It looked a bit too.
It was a bit hot, but we could go underneath and chill out for a bit. Get some champagne. Yes, it was nice.
So, how many was that? Just your team or Simon's team, or?
No, it wasn't really anybody's team. There was a few that Simon brought in, but it was just people that I was working with, some that Simon brought in that was all at the convention, and we told them what we was doing, and it was just then that says, "Yeah, I'll have some of that," and I think there was about 8 or 9 of us went on it.
Yeah.
So, and to be able to pay for that and hire it out for the day is just another feeling, and it's another invitation tool that you can put up on YouTube, and people see it and think, "Wow, these guys are living the dream. They're making the money."
Yes.
Yeah, they're actually doing it. Well, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Yeah. Go on, Kimberly.
So, Keith, if you were to see Banner's Broker for the first time, it's all brand new to you, you had about $1,200 to invest, what would you do? How would you take that $1,200 and make it work in the best way possible for you?
With $1,200, if that's all I had, I'd have to borrow another $5 from somewhere, and I'd buy the red pack all day long.
Okay.
When I bring people in, I wasn't bringing. I think the lowest I brought people in was a green pack.
Okay.
And that was extreme circumstances. I always tried and got them in on a black. If they can't have a black, it was a red pack. And I used to say to them, if you can't afford £1,000 to take a business serious, then you need to be doing something else. So at the end of the day, people would find the money, they'd come into a black pack or a red pack, and they'd make serious money. They're better to move on from that red pack, and they're better to grow the account quicker.
Yes.
A green package, £250, is not taking a business serious. So I see people that's bringing people in on yellow packs and purple packs, and I'd just say, I think it's a joke. And I had one guy who was absolutely adamant that he wanted to join on a purple pack, and when he says he isn't making any money, I says, what do you expect? I said, you can't put $50 and expect to make some money.
No.
So I used to tell people, red pack all day long. If they've got a bit more money, then we max out the account with yellow and purple panels up to the allowance that the company let us work with, and we push it on from there.
Yes, because once you get to a certain point and you see the power that it has, it's like you don't want to work with people unless they're going to take it seriously. And you have that, you know, you have that posture to say, look, either you're going to take it seriously or don't expect me to kind of hold your hand to get started and help you out.
Yeah.
I like the analogy about the shop, and if you're going to buy a street corner shop, if you buy it for a minimal amount and you put $3 on the shelf, it's not really a shop, and you're not taking the business seriously. If you want to take
it's not going to make any money.
No.
You're not going to make any money. Yeah. If you want to take it seriously, you fill that shop, and you hope that it's going to sell everything, and you put all your time and effort into it.
Exactly.
Build it as much as you can.
Yeah, your heart and soul. Because it's your business.
Yes.
Yeah. So, do you want to get a few questions out of the way, Keith?
Yes.
You just said take the business seriously. So the first question that I always get is, that sounds too good to be true. It must be a scam. It must be a ponzi. It must be a pyramid. What do you say to that?
Yes, heard it 1,000 times, and many people still keep asking me. And I just point them towards Google or Yahoo or Facebook. Facebook was sold for 186 billion on the strength of the advertising that it had on board.
Yeah.
Google is an advertising machine. It makes billions every day. It makes more money in a month than Banner's Broker make in a year. Yahoo's exactly the same. Advertising's worth $716 trillion a year. It grows by 20% a year, so we're never ever going to catch it up.
No.
So they're in the right kind of field. They're selling advertising. They're making money from that advertising, and they're paying the members. They're not being greedy like Google do and keep all the money. They're giving it back to the members, and everybody shares the wealth. So I just say to the negative people, if you don't believe it, then go and do something else. If you want to make money, then you need to take a chance on something, because most of the time things that sound too good to be true most likely are, unless you take a punt on them, and you've got to put your money on it and give it a try.
Yeah. Now, how would you explain it to somebody, Keith, if they had no knowledge of it at all? What Banner's Broker actually is and what it does?
When I first started explaining to people, I didn't explain to people. I got a recorded webinar that Ian used to do weekly. We got the link from it, and I just used to say to people, are you interested in making a bit more money? And if they says yes, I'd just ask them for the email address there and then. I says, I'm going to send you a video. Can you watch it, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. If they ask me about the business, I say, it's explained in the video. Watch the video, and I'll give you a call tomorrow. And I'd answer no questions on it, and that's it. Because the webinar that Ian does on the Tuesday, it's in the back office. You can download it. You can give that to your new members. That explains the business from the ground up. You don't need to tell people what it's about. Let somebody else who's professional do it, and if they've got questions, then answer the questions when you ring them 24 hours later. If you can't answer the questions, you say, well, I've only just joined, it's a fantastic business, I'm making a lot of money, but there's a guy I don't know is my sponsor, Keith Lambert. I can put you in touch with him on Skype, and he'll answer your questions, and that's the way we used to do it.
Yes.
And anybody who had any questions would just come and ask, and we'd share it, and we'd get over them, and most times they'd end up joining the business.
So it made it very automated, which then gave you time freedom to recruit more people.
Exactly.
Yes.
But I never used to speak to anybody. It was just watch the recorded webinar.
Yes. And that's what we do online. You know, we want to create a system that's easy to duplicate for people, And that's super easy to duplicate.
Let somebody else do the showing and telling, and we'll just do the answers.
Exactly. And sign them up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about going through the motions with people.
That's right, mate, yes.
Do you find that you get more questions because you're such a well-known name in the industry, or do you get less questions because people think that, you know, they don't need to know as much because you're the expert and you must be doing it right, and they just trust you with your judgment and expertise these days?
Yeah, I think that can be the case sometimes. If they know what you do and they know of you, then they just go along with the trust in you, and that's something. I mean, I'm one of Simon's students, and that's something that he teaches all the time. It's know and trust.
Mm.
Keith, how do you advertise to get people? Did you hear me?
He's frozen.
He's frozen. Stay there, Keith. You might be coming back on in a second.
He's frozen.
Yeah.
His sound's coming on intermittently. Oh, there we go. He's
Oh, there he goes. He'll come back on. He'll come back on. Hold that question, Nancy.
He wants to buy a new machine with his money.
Hold that question. Yeah, that's a great question, Nancy.
Yeah, my thing is, you know, we don't have capture pages or landing pages, you know, when we're trying to advertise it, whether it be in Facebook or Twitter or whatever.
Oh, Banners has capture pages. Or no, they have banners. Just banners.
Yeah, they don't have
You're
a capture
correct. No, not a capture page, no. But you could outsource that to Fiverr.
Yeah.
I'm back, I think.
You are.
Right, I don't know what's up with that. What, sorry, Nancy, what was the question?
My question was, what do you actually use to advertise to get people?
Well, as you know, I'm one of Simon's students, and he teaches various methods. We buy leads, we use an autoresponder system, and we just speak to people, basically. I get leads and I call them up.
Okay, so do you use a capture page and sometimes?
Yes, I do use a capture page, and I've also got my own training website for Banners Broker, which a lot of my team share. That's bannersbrokerhelp.com. You can share that with your team. It's just updated on as often as I can get to it.
It's Banners Brokers.
Bannersbrokerhelp.com, all one word. I'll put it in the chat box.
Thank you, Keith.
Yeah, that's lovely. You can stick that in the
Bannersbrokerhelp.com, everybody.
Help.com. Yeah.
It's easy to remember.
I've just put that in the comments section on the YouTube feed for anybody else that's watching. So if that's going to be helpful for you, please like the video, share it with others, and subscribe to the channel, as I said earlier. Sorry, Keith, you can carry on now.
Yeah. Yes, I use a capture page. It's always best to capture the information, point them to the website, but most of all, it's just the follow-up. You just follow up and talk to them.
Yeah.
Now, I did all of mine on Facebook. Period. That was it.
Yes,
Didn't
I
do
have seen
anything
Facebook. Facebook's fantastic. If you've got a big following on Facebook, then it's a good place to start.
That's all I did. I saw a problem, and I just help people find the solution.
Awesome. That's the way to do it.
Yes.
We have somebody new.
Yeah, I was just muted like that. If you've got a YouTube open, it's echoing. Who we lost now? Right, okay. Any other questions from the other people in the chat?
Come on, guys, don't be shy. Fire away.
I've gotten all my golden nuggets. I'm just ready to go and sign up with a business account and go crazy and send them all to bannersbrokerhelp.com, and I'm going to make a whole bunch of money next year.
Just sign up your business account under your main one.
Okay.
And then max your business account.
I'm doing it. Thank you, Keith. Made my day.
And there's nothing wrong with having 2 business accounts if that's what you want to do. But
Okay. Gotcha.
it's if you get, we have limited companies over here that we can buy. You've obviously got something similar over there, so you just sign up a limited company, open a business in that, put a red pack in it. You can even buy it from your account if you've got the funds in it, and transfer it down.
Sweet.
So you transfer the funds from your e-wallet to buy another package for the...
Just buy the red package in your top account and transfer it down to the new account. Redeem it in there, and then that passes a sales credit straight up. So if you're opening 2 accounts, you've just give yourself enough traffic to qualify 2 red, 2 green, 2 blue, 2 yellow panels.
Brilliant.
And it's going to give you another $2,500 in each account.
Nice.
Good.
Because in the old days of BB1, they've clamped down on us. We found this is why we do it now, but we have to stay within the boundaries that Banner's Broker provide now, which is limited companies. In the old days of BB1, there was no limit on the amount of accounts you could have. So we was buying multiple accounts with green packages and was signing up underneath the top account. I think I had 46 green packages
Oh my God.
running at any one time under my top account. So you imagine the sales credits I was buying, and then
Wow.
BB, when they went offline and launched BB2 in December last year, they said if you carry on doing that, we're going to be bankrupt. So I said, well, you've enabled us to do it, so that's why they brought it out in BB2 that we're only ever allowed to buy 1 package. But then there is the ways around it now that if you can get a limited company, you can still have the multiple package.
So what is the criteria to get a limited company? Is that, I mean, without going too much into depth, what is a vague...
Well, you can buy limited in the UK. You can buy limited companies off the shelf now. If you've already got an accountant, just speak to your accountant and he'll get you one. You can even have your accountant to do all the positions within the limited company, and you just use that to get the certificate. That BB have assured us that they're going to make provision in the back office under personal information for a business information page, where you can upload your company certificate and company bank account, and that will qualify them for a company credit card with Banner's Broker. So
Sounds good. Sounds like another major step with Banner's Broker.
yes.
Boy,
So-
boy, anybody that's on this call today, I'm telling you, like, this stuff is golden. Because I didn't know any of this.
No.
So, this is amazing.
But you
Yes,
want to hear this from...
we never had red and black panels. Never existed in Banner's Broker 1 because nobody wanted them. Anytime we had any money, we just went and bought another green pack and put it underneath one of our other accounts. So no one would have red and black panels. I think if I look in my account now, I still haven't got any red and black panels in my business account.
Okay.
I've got over 2,000 yellow panels and I think 1,000 purple panels.
Wow.
And then I've got a few hundred blue and green, but I haven't got any red and black. And that's what you can do if you recruit a few people. The macros open up and you can just put unlimited panels into your account.
Yes.
Steve, I have a question. This is Mohammed in the U.S.
Hi, Mohammed. Go
Hi
on,
there.
go ahead.
Great. Hey, Keith, how are you?
Hi, mate. How you doing?
A question regarding opening your account. There's been some conversation about people having lag time in getting their account open. Now, I'm in Empower Network. We already have an e-wallet. Do you have any information about that? I don't know if it's a rumor or if it's true, but I've seen people in some of the chat groups expressing some concern about the lag time in getting their account open, or I think the term is funding their account. Can you speak to that?
Yes, there is been a bit of a problem on there. The payment processors that Banner's Brokers got on board and not instant anymore. I think they've just brought one on in the last 2 weeks that may be instant into your account, but they've got Solid Trust Pay and Payzer, which are manual transactions, but they are supposed to be done every 24 hours. The one through Allied Wallet, if you use a credit card or debit card, then that also is instant into your account. So possibly the people that's done that, they've signed up through Solid Trust and they've not followed the right steps. People have been a stumbling block. I have gone and updated the site again. There is a manual on there that you can download, and that's the complete Banners Broker manual that walks you through from beginning to end. It's not the most latest one, but it's only about a month old. But that manual, if you spend a bit of time, it's fantastic. The site's got a lot of information on, and as I get more information, it will be updated.
Okay. I've got some other people that are interested in following me into Banners Broker. They're part of my Power Network team, and the question comes up, well, you know, we're putting monies into a lot of paid advertising in, and we have to make sure that we keep account of our marketing budget. So their question is, well, if I don't have enough for a red pack, should I just wait and have enough to buy the red panel, or should I get in where I can get in now? So that is the question. You know, is there some? How do you see that? What would be your advice?
If the money's going to be the issue, and you wanted to start today, and you can't afford the red pack, then certainly come in at the green pack. But I don't advise anybody to come in any lower than that. Simply because the funds and the traffic packs that you're going to have to buy in the future will just eat into your profit. Yes. And then you'll get disgruntled people saying, I'm not making any money. Yes. So green minimum, but depending on how long you've got to wait to be able to fund the red pack, then if it's only a couple of weeks, I would wait and buy the red pack.
Okay.
Because the company's giving you free traffic for a red pack, and you can only buy one pack per account.
Now, would you recommend coming in with the green and then you have 30 days to upgrade?
30 days, yeah, I was just going to mention that. If you're thinking you're going to have enough money within 30 days to upgrade, then certainly come in, buy the green pack, get it started, and then within the 30-day time span, upgrade to the red.
Find that money somewhere.
Yeah, find that money and get a red pack.
Yes, upgrade.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So who else have we got on the chat? Is there any other questions before we move on? This is your one and only time to talk to Keith Lambert, the expert.
Guys, take advantage of it.
I have questions. Many people are very confused about allocations.
Okay.
Many have made some serious mistakes buying too many panels and using allocations. They go and they buy 5 yellows and 5 purples, and then when it comes time for their panels to finish, they have no allocation.
Yes, I've seen that many times, and that was another thing that Banners Broker put in place after we was buying multiple green packs. We then said to them, right, if you're stopping us buying the multiple green packs, we'll just buy 2,000 yellow panels. So we're not going to buy a black panel and wait 6 months for it. We'll buy 2,000 yellows and wait 4 weeks for that. So that was why the macro came in, and now you have to work within that. If you don't like the macro, the simple thing to say to people is go and recruit some people.
Yes.
It's simple. The macro goes up. Other than that, I don't see the macro being a problem on somebody's account that don't recruit anybody. I would rather have 6 black panels and 12 red panels in my account than 1,000 yellows any day, because they just roll over every month and pay out, and that is the ultimate account to aim for. If you get an account with 6 black and 12 red, every month you've got a payday of £4,000 to £5,000.
So, have you found any system of automating the qualifying panels, clicking the 50% and get impressions?
No, there is no system, unfortunately. It's just and believe me, when you've got 5,000 yellow panels to qualify in my account and Simon's account, then you do look for automated systems. The automated system I found is called my son, and £10 always works fine on him.
You can outsource those things pretty cheap.
Around the neighbourhood, isn't there?
Yes.
Well, it teaches them something.
It's amazing what they'll do for £10. So,
and then
yes,
when they see the money, and then they think, okay, well, this is what I'm going to do when I grow up.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
And they go home and tell the parents, and the parents want to come around and get involved in it as well.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
if my 10-year-old can run this business, so can I.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we had a question.
Yeah.
With the large amounts of funds in Banner's broker, how much can you withdraw each month and how? I know you said it before, Keith, but can you just mention that again?
You can withdraw whatever's in your e-wallet. So whatever's in that middle box, if you've got 150,000 in there, you can put in a request and you can withdraw it. It's your money. You take it out when you feel fit. I know Simon just took 130,000 out last month to buy his Porsche. So I know it isn't a problem. There's no limit on it. He contacted Banner's broker and says, I want $130,000. My Porsche is £98,000. I need the money to go and buy that, and it will bring a lot of people into Banner's broker. I myself have had £25,000 out at a time. I've had 16,000 out through Solid Trust Pay. There's not a limit. If you've got the money in your e-wallet, it's yours. You take it out.
Yeah, lovely. And how? What's the best method of taking it out to maybe avoid charges, etc.?
Yes, everybody moans about charges, but I think if you're taking £25,000 out and you've got to pay someone 4% for the privilege, then why are they moaning?
Yeah, okay.
I just put that in. I've got a big Skype room and I see all kinds of questions in there, people moaning about the charges. And I said, look, you're getting £15,000. What are you bothered about 4% for? It's not even your money.
Yeah, exactly.
The options are limited, and BB know that. You've got your credit card, MasterCard. If you get it notarized, you can have $10,000 per month. That's okay for most people, but some of the big accounts that recruit, they want a bit more. The only other options you've got if you want a bit more is Solid Trust Pay and Payzer. And you've got to use them, and you've got to pay the charges.
Okay.
Oh, well.
What's the notarizing account? What does that mean? I've seen that before.
That just gives you the option, if you've not got your account notarized, that's signed by a solicitor to prove that you are that person holding that account.
Right.
You're allowed $2,500 per month onto your Banner's broker MasterCard, and it's one withdrawal per month.
Right.
If you get notarized, you're allowed 4 loads per month, so that will give you $10,000. That's what I take out of my account every month. I use all 4 withdrawals, and I take 10,000 out per month out of one account.
That's what I have on mine as well.
So you'll probably find you might have to pay to get it notarized, but hey, if it costs you, I've had some people in the UK pay £65, but if it means you can get another 7,500 out per month, then it's a drop in the ocean.
Yep. Another question. Oh, that question was from Leah Watson. This question is, no, not that one. What's the best way to grow your Banner's broker business to recruit and share this with as many? Okay. Is the best way to grow a Banner's broker business to recruit and share this with as many people as possible?
Absolutely, yes. The more people in, the more money you're going to make, and you don't have to have a lot of people in this to make a good amount of money. It's 15, 20 people will make a hell of a difference to your account. It's whether you want to make 100% profit on your panels or 75%. The 75% being if you've got to buy traffic packs.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to buy the traffic packs, go out and recruit a few people, share the business with them, and you get free traffic for life.
And the another point was the traffic boosters. Can you explain what they are and if they work and whether they're worth using yellow package or saving for the higher packages?
Yes, they do work, and I have had people put boosters on yellow panels. I don't know what that is all about and who tells them to do that, but that is a total waste of money. I would never use a booster on anything less than a red and a black panel.
Right.
And as the account grows, when what I call an established account of 6 black and 12 reds, then get rid of the boosters altogether. Why waste money when you have panels paying out every month anyway?
Right.
You know, if you've got a black panel and it's the only one in your account, then obviously boost it. Yes, it does work. It will knock 20% off its completion time. But once you've got enough in your account to do that, then drop the boosters off and don't use them.
So if you've got just one black package, how long is that taking to complete with no recruiting? If you just got that black package, how long does the black panel take to complete?
A black package in its entirety is going to take 12 months to complete.
Right.
But that's for both black panels to go through the complementary stages. Moving on from that, when you on your repurchase panel, that is your third round of black panels, and you put the traffic on that 1,215,000 traffic, it's going to take 6 months to complete.
Okay.
So that's why we're looking to get 6 black panels, and then they rotate. They'll pay out. They go to the back of the queue. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They pay out again. So if you've got 6 panels, you never ever have to buy any more panels. They just keep rotating. They go to the back of the queue, and they'll start again. So that's where you need to be aiming. Roll panels up. Use some funds, but you should never have to fund an account with any more money after you've made your initial purchase.
Right. Okay. Because what I did, I got a little bit excited when I heard that there was the card available, and I funded my account to pay for the card and pay for my first traffic pack. So yeah, there you go.
Some people do. Some people get. So I've had a guy speak to me last week. He'd been out and bought 700 yellow panels, and he's a new member.
Yeah, I did. And when I first started, I bought 30 traffic packs because I didn't know. I was like, oh boy, what am I doing?
Yes.
But I was just thinking, because I didn't know that by recruiting people, that gave you the traffic. And I was recruiting like crazy when I first started, and I'm like, okay, well, why did I do this? But hey, live and learn.
Traffic.
Live and learn, right? Live and learn.
How many of them, Kimberly, are you committed to now since the new rules have come in?
15.
15.
Yes.
Okay.
But if I cancel them, I'm not allowed to buy any traffic packs, I think, for 6 months.
6 months.
But, I mean, that's not a concern for me because I'm recruiting.
Anyway.
15 is not too bad, but when you find you've got a surplus of traffic in your traffic ban, then start dropping a few off.
Yes. Yeah. And that's what I'm planning on doing. Yeah.
I don't buy traffic packs on my account, and Simon don't buy any traffic packs on his account. So
yeah, I don't need to.
Okay. So, can you explain why locking panels or lock panels roll up? Can you explain why lock panels roll up?
Any panels will roll up, whether they're locked or unlocked. The new rule when they brought it out a few months ago was when you have more than 10 of one colour panel, 3 of them will roll up to the next colour. In Banners Broker 1, we had the option if we wanted to roll panels up, and we did this if we had traffic at a higher level, or now it's if you haven't got an allocation for, say, yellow panels, you roll them up to the purple, you then qualify your purple, and it gives you the allocation back for yellow. So the roll-up option still is manual if you want it to be, but you have, if you ignore it and you've got quite a lot of panels in your account, you will find that when you click on them to view the panels, they are going to roll up.
Yes.
But again, roll-ups, people moan about them, and roll-ups is not a problem, believe me. If it's a non-recruiting account, don't worry about the roll-ups. Just let them get up to the black and the red panels. If you ignore it and you've got quite a lot of panels in your account, you will find that when you're clicking into view panels,
Tina's got that on.
Tina's got Jeff playing in the background.
So, Astrid has said, I bought the blue package and was advised to put it to 50% after the first run, so I can use the other 50% for buying traffic. Is that correct?
So long as it's a complementary 2 panel, then it is correct. Complementary 1 always need to be set on 100%. Otherwise you're losing money. Complementary 2 need to be 50%, to get money to buy your traffic packs and to pay your subs. But any other panel after that, any repurchase panel should be 50%. Get the money in your e-wallet and then decide what to do with it. If you set them at 100%, you lose that option of having money to play about with. If you want to go out and buy some more panels when it's paid out, then fair enough, do that. But you always be in control of your money.
Yeah, and locking panels, going back to that, locking panels is only to get the sales credit to your inviter immediately, isn't it?
And that only depends if it's a brand new purchase panel and you lock it, your inviter gets sales credit straight away. If it's a repurchase panel, so after the panel caps and it puts repurchased into your account, locking it does not pass sales credits up to your inviter.
So when do you,
people get mixed up with this millions of times. I get asked it a million times. The only time your inviter will get sales credits is a brand new. You go out and buy 10 yellow panels, put them in your account. If you lock them, your inviter will get them sales credits straight away.
Right.
And a repurchase panel, even if you lock them, when you qualify them, you will not get the sales credit till that panel caps.
So we're talking a repurchase panel is when one has capped and then it buys a new one. It repurchases the other panel.
50%, yeah.
Right, lovely, got it.
I have a question.
Can we just 1 second, Mohammed, please? What we're going to do is, can everybody that's watching it, we've got a lot of viewers, can everybody like and comment, and the chat box is open underneath the YouTube for you to put your questions in there for Keith or anybody else you want to ask a question to. But I think Keith is the one on this board. So if you use that, if you comment and like the video, it goes up on the rankings, and subscribe to Keith and Kimberly and Nancy and everybody else on here. Okay, so if you just do that, then and if you've got any questions, start typing them in the box, and I'll try and get to them as soon as I can.
I think
right.
Stephen wanted to ask something, didn't he?
Mohammed wanted to ask.
Sorry.
Hey, Keith, thank you so much. So on this subject of the locked panels or locking a panel, is that a good strategy if you have a team to have them lock their panels as soon as they purchase them? Is that what I'm hearing?
Absolutely, yes, okay. Yes, all the time. If you can get that to your downline as well, then it's going to help your account. If they're buying panels and locking them, then that enables your account to grow quicker, which will enable your referrers account to grow quicker. So it feeds up the whole line. So always try and show your people that you bring in, get them into the habit when they buy panels to always lock them before they qualify them.
Okay.
Keith, I have never locked a panel.
Naughty.
I didn't know I was supposed to do that.
Who's your referrer?
I would activate it and then it would show gray that it was locked.
Who's your referrer, Nancy?
Chris.
Oh, don't worry, Chris has got plenty of traffic.
I still think he's getting sales traffic from me.
He will get them eventually, yes. He gets them when the panel completes. Even if on new panels, if you don't lock them, he will get them when they complete. So I'm sure he won't be bothered about it, but he might slap you on the wrist when he sees you.
Well, when a girl today bought some panels, she didn't lock them, and the sales credits went straight to me. So
she must have locked them. The only way it passes sales credits up is if they lock them first.
Yeah.
If they don't, then they come up at the completion of the panel.
Okay.
But always try and just get your team. It just helps everybody out. If they all, when they're buying panels, first thing they do is lock them before they qualify them.
Okay.
Okay, lovely. In the video on BB 2.6, the man said that if you lock my panels, they will not roll up. I did this and my panels still rolled up. Can you explain why this happened, please?
Yes, they will. It doesn't matter whether you lock them or not. If you've got more than 10 panels in your account, they're going to roll up. And it's when they get so many days old. So it doesn't matter. I mean, if you're not going to recruit people, then stop worrying about the roll-ups. It takes the same amount of traffic to qualify one purple as it does 3 yellows, and one blue as it does 3 purple. So it doesn't matter. And the aim of the account is to get it up to black and red eventually anyway.
Yes.
So don't worry about the roll-ups. Let them happen and just buy the traffic for it.
Okay, we've got some appreciative comments here with this has been a great Google Hangout. I learned so much from Keith and all of you. Thanks for sharing.
I'm going to highlight that for you. I think I can.
Fantastic.
We've got another comment. I think this is directed at you, Keith. Can I buy a BMW?
Only when I buy Simon's Porsche off him. At the minute it's not for sale. I'm having too much fun in it.
So any other questions, get them into us.
You can actually highlight the comments.
Can I do that?
Stephen? You can, Stephen. When you see the comment, if you go over that little eye,
yes.
Click on the eye.
I got to find a comment first.
Okay, find a comment that you want to put up on the big screen there. And there you go.
Ah, and then I have to speak, so it keeps highlighted.
No, and then you just click on it again and it goes away.
Okay, lovely. Where is it?
Click back on the eye and it's gone.
Awesome.
There you are. There's another little trick I taught you
I think
today.
I might need,
there you go. There's another one.
Darren Hancock, can I buy your BMW? Yes, he
There
wants
you go.
He can't afford it. I know him. His account's not big enough yet.
Tell him he better start recruiting.
Yes.
And then he can buy it.
If you get your comments in now, we know how to highlight them and bring them onto the screen. So how about that?
Yes.
Keep the legend.
Sorry, Stephen. I forgot to tell you about that. I got so excited about teaching you all the little things, in the beginning.
We've got a new person here called Pete Bowen. Has Pete got a mic and can he ask a question? Doesn't look like it. Okay, we'll leave that.
There's a question from Mark saying, can you share some of your best ways to recruit people? I saw Tina Barnett's post about signing up 160 people via Facebook. You talked about buying leads, ?
Okay, I can talk to that one.
Okay.
I recruited Tina, and I taught Tina how to recruit on Facebook. Basically, what you're doing is you're looking for a problem, and what we were noticing was people were struggling to get leads, coming up with money to advertise in Empower Network. So we sent out in all of the groups a little message saying urgent Empower Network affiliates. If you are struggling recruiting new leads, different things like that, we found the solution. Then we would say, get back in touch with us. We would use the, or I did anyway, I said, I'm doing a secret co-op with Chris Darty, and if you would like to get involved, PM me and I will send you the link. I never send my link out to people in any recruiting strategy that I use. I always give them that option. If they're interested, then I will send them the link to Banner's Broker. I would tell them that when I saw them in my back office in Banner's Broker, I would then add them to the secret group, and they would then be directed and tagged in a video to watch and how to activate or buy a package and to go through all of the motions. So like Keith said in the beginning, if you have an automated system that you can put people through, it makes it very easy to recruit, because then the people that you recruit will follow that same system. It's very duplicatable. And you're helping people with a problem. You're giving them a solution. You're giving them cash that is being generated in their Banner's Broker account. They can then take that cash and do co-ops for Empower Network.
Awesome.
And so that's what we did. Or what I did. And I think Tina did that as well. I'm not sure other ways that she used to recruit, but yeah, we signed up quite a few people on Facebook. And it's free. It was totally free.
Tina's on the chat. She's there, but there's no sound coming from Tina.